everyone, and welcome back to Craft Hour. Today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be upcycling. So upcycling means you're taking recycled materials and you're making them into something else. So you can raid your recycle bin and we can make a bunch of crafts together. So I'm going to show you how to make 3 different crafts today and give you some suggestions to make your own crafts. So if you haven't been to this channel before, my name is Allie and we're going to get started. So I have a bunch of recycled materials here that we're going to turn into some awesome crafts. So I have an egg carton. These are really important. You're going to want to keep these if you have used up all the eggs. I have a fruit container. So we made a lot of strawberry desserts last week for cooking hours, so I have a bunch of these. I have a can. I also have a couple plastic drink bottles. I have some toilet paper tubes here, and I also have a milk jug. So those are some recycled materials that I'm sure you have in your recycle bin at home. Especially, I'm sure you guys have a lot of cans and probably a lot of milk jugs right now. So we're going to go through some cool crafts and some different ways that you can use these recycled materials instead of going out and buying materials at the store. So we're going to get started with one of my favorites, and that is the plastic water bottle. So we're going to use this plastic water bottle for actually 2 crafts today. So we're going to get started first by taking off the label. So we're just going to take off the label on our water bottle. You can also use a soda bottle as well. Those work perfectly fine. They're usually made out of harder plastic though, so you're going to want to make sure you're really careful when you are using scissors to cut your water bottle up, or your pop bottle. Water bottles are usually made out of thinner plastic, so they're a little easier to cut into. That's why I usually use these for the crafts that I am making. The first craft we are going to make is a wind spiral. So a wind spiral is something that you can put it outside and it spirals, it turns in the wind. This one is super easy and it takes maybe 10 minutes. So you can make a bunch of them, put them outside and watch them spin around. Especially this week, it's supposed to be very windy and rainy, so you can watch them spin outside. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors. Remember, please be careful while you're using scissors. And you are going to take off the bottom of your water bottle here. So you're just cutting off the bottom of your water bottle, and you are going to save this piece because we are going to use this for our next craft. And I've also grabbed a paper towel, and what you can do is you can just wipe out your water bottle if you have some extra water droplets in there. And now what you're going to do is you are going to decorate your wind spiral. So this is a great activity if you have permanent markers, Sharpies, something like that. Unfortunately, crayons and colored pencils don't really work on the water bottle. But if you'd like, you could put stickers on it, or you could decorate it pretty much however you'd like. Just keep in mind that they are going to have to go outside. So you might have to replace your wind spiral whenever it rains if you put stickers on it. So you could also use paint if you'd like, if you have paint instead. You can use paint on your water bottle. You're just going to make sure it's permanent paint and not washable paint, or it's going to wash away in the rain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to decorate my water bottle. So you could do this with the bottom on if you'd like, but I find it's just a little easier to hold the water bottle because you have somewhere to put your hand. So I'm going to start by decorating my water bottle. Again, you have to keep in mind though that you're cutting it in a spiral shape. So if you have designs, they might be kind of chopped off a little bit. So just keep that in mind. So what you might want to do is maybe just make patches of color, like rainbow color or whatever types of colors you'd like to do. But keep in mind that they're going to be kind of sectioned off when we spiral it, when we cut it into a spiral. So I am just going to color in my water bottle. I'm just going to make some different patterns on here. So just coloring it in. Again, this is a super easy craft that really you can do by yourself as long as you're using safety scissors. And it's a really fun craft to put outside and watch it move around. And you are reusing that water bottle, so that's also a good thing. Upcycling is super fun because you're coming up with other ideas for your recycled materials. Also, things that you throw in the trash you might be able to upcycle, just depending on what they are. So while I'm coloring, I am going to share with you a couple ideas for your upcycling craft. So water bottles are always a good thing to keep around because you can make a lot of crafts out of them. But these fruit containers are also great as well. Fruit containers, you can cut them out and you can make suncatchers out of them because they have a flat bottom. You can cut a circle out of the bottom. You can color it in, and because plastic is see-through, you'll be able to put it in the window, and when the sun shines through, if you color it in, make a design, those are always really pretty. So you could always make a sun catcher out of your plastic container here. You can also use this jug here, and I know before on Craft Hour we have made bird feeders. This is also a great vessel for a bird feeder. If you just cut out where the label is, and you can just put the bird seed in there and hang it by the top, the cap. That's a great bird feeder, or a bird house, whatever you like to make. That's a great way to reuse your milk jug. Also, for milk jugs, if you are playing with different little animals, little plastic animals, or dolls, or whatever, you can make little houses out of the milk jugs for your plastic animals, to use your imagination. So those are fun. You can build little houses out of those, little fairy houses. You can put them outside for the fairies. Also, out of our can here, cans are great planters. So if you are trying to start a garden, or if you are trying to have some maybe herbs for the house, like cilantro, mint, parsley, basil, anything like that, keep these containers and you can use them to start your garden inside, and then move them outside if you'd like to make a bigger garden. But these are great for herbs, or if you want to plant some green onions, or if you want to start your romaine lettuce, these little containers are great. They also make really cute lanterns. This one you have to have a parent or guardian help you, but if you take a hammer and a nail and make little holes in your tin can and then put a little tea light in it, it makes a super cute lantern or a little night light for you. So those are some upcycling things for your tin cans. Also, I have egg cartons here and toilet paper rolls. We are going to be starting our garden videos very soon. So what you could do is save your egg cartons and your toilet paper rolls, and they make great seed starters because they are biodegradable. So they will just break down in the soil, so you can plant your seed in either one of the little egg carton slots, or you can cut down your toilet paper roll, place your seed in there with some dirt, keep watering it, and once you see the little seedling sprout, then you can plant it in an actual planter, or you can use your tin can, or even if you have one of these milk jugs too, you can cut off the top and you can use it as a planter. So a little pot for your plant. Also, what you can do with your egg carton, we've made them before. If you want to check out the video to make egg carton and toilet paper roll animals, that's a great way to upcycle that as well. Alright, so I'm going to continue to color in my water bottle, and then I will show you how to cut it in a spiral and you can hang it outside. I finished coloring my water bottle, and now what you can do is take your scissors and you're just going to cut in a spiral motion. So you're just going to go around the water bottle. Just keep going around and around. You're going to want to make sure you make it fairly thin. So see that it's making a little spiral, and I'm going to keep going around. And around. Almost there. And then once you get up to the cap, you can stop, because this is where your spiral is going to hang. So I'm going to grab some ribbon. If you could use a pipe cleaner, some string, whatever you have on hand, and I'm going to use this to hang my wind spiral. So you're just going to take the cap and you are going to tie your ribbon or whatever you're going to use around the cap. So what I like to do first is I like to tie the ends. So I'm going to wrap it around 2 fingers, stick it between my 2 fingers, and pull. So now they're connected, and now what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to loop it around my water bottle. So sticking one loop through the other loop. And you have your wind spiral. So you can hang this up outside, you can hang it up inside in your room, wherever you would like to hang it up. But when the wind goes through, or if you have the fan on, you can see that when I move it, it turns, and it's pretty cool. So just keep in mind though, if you didn't use permanent marker, when you stick it outside, the colors might run a little bit. But again, this is a super easy craft. You can always make another one. Or you could bring it inside and dry it and color it again. So we have our wind spiral, and this is our first upcycling craft. So I'm going to set that over there. And now what we're going to do is we are going to move on to our second water bottle craft. So I asked you guys to keep a hold of the bottom of your water bottle. And what we're going to do is we are going to turn this into a flower. So what you're going to do is you need glue, you need either paint or markers, you will need a pom-pom ball, so I have some of those here, and then for the stem you can either use pipe cleaners, you could use a straw if you'd like, you can use a popsicle stick, whatever you have on hand you can use for the straw. So I'm going to plug in my hot glue gun and then I will show you how to make the flower. So now that the hot glue gun is all warmed up, again, you don't have to use a hot glue gun. You can use Elmer's glue, tacky glue, whatever you have on hand for this craft. But the thing that you're going to do is you're going to turn this into a flower. So you can either paint it or use the markers you're using for your wind spiral, and you are going to create a flower. So what we're going to do is now we're going to color in the petals, and you can make them different colors, you can make them the same color, it's whatever you would like to do. So I'm going to make them purple. And you're basically just going to do the exact same thing that you were doing with your wind spiral. You are just coloring in your flower. So you're just coloring in the bottom of the water bottle, pretty much any way that you would like it. Any colors that you would like to use. If you want to use paint instead, you can do that. So I'm going to use this purple to color in my petals here. You could also cut along the ridges and open up your flower a little bit if you'd like. And a lot of the water bottles have different bottoms. Some have 3, some have, like, the pop bottle here has 5, which makes a really cool flower as well. Because this one's 3, you could turn it into a clover if you'd like. So I'm just finishing up coloring in my water bottle here. And then what you're going to do is you are going to grab a pom-pom ball. You don't need the pom-pom ball, it just looks really cute in the center. But if you want to add in like a little sticker or something to decorate, or if you have something else you want to put in the middle, that works too. So the only reason we really need glue is to attach the stem and to attach the little middle of the flower, which is our pom-pom ball. But this could also be a hanging ornament too if you want. You can use ribbon or string to hang it in the window and be like a sun catcher. You could really do pretty much whatever you'd like with this craft. You can be super creative. They also make really cool stamps, especially the pop bottle. If you paint the bottom of it, you can push it onto a piece of paper and make a little flower stamp. That's always a cool project too. If you have paint at home. Also out of the toilet paper rolls that we're going to be using next, you can make stamps out of those as well. They make really cute heart stamps, or if you want to make a flower or a circle, right, you could use those for stamps as well with paint. So almost done here, last petal. Alright, so I colored in my flower here. Again, you can use different colors, you can use paint, but I've just made it so that you can at least see the colors that I put on here. And then I'm going to grab my pom-pom ball. I'm going to grab a yellow one, and I'm just going to stick it in the center. And you have a cute little flower. Again, you can cut the ridges in between to make the petals stand out a little bit more. So if you cut in between the bottom and pull it out a little bit, woo, you can see that by separating it a little bit. Or you could go down the middle too and make more petals and pull them out a little bit. You just want to make sure that you're really careful because sometimes the plastic can be a little sharp where you've cut it. So you can pop them out a little bit. I'll try to do that here so I can show you. It's a little crinkly at first, but just got to work with it a little bit. So as you can see, if you push it out, it makes an even bigger flower. You can add in more petals. If you cut it a little bit more, you can push it out. So you've got your flower. And then what you can do is you can take either your pipe cleaner, or I'm going to use a straw. So if you take your straw, especially if you have one of the bendy straws, you can take that and attach it to the back. So we'll do that here. and you want the bendy part to be at the top. So you might have to hold it for a couple seconds. But then you have a flower. So this is a pretty cool craft, really easy, especially if you can make two crafts at once. You can make your wind spiral and your flower. And then if you have a little jar, or I have a little glass jar here, you can always set your flower in the jar. And you can paint the jar, you can decorate it to be the vase for the flower, and you can stick a bunch of flowers in here and you have a bouquet. So super easy craft, all used with recyclable materials. So there's two crafts already. You have your flower and your wind spiral. The last craft, again, this one's really easy, and we're going to be using toilet paper tubes. So I'm sure you guys have these at home somewhere. Don't throw them away, they're great crafts. So I'm going to grab a couple, and again, you can use these to make stamps. So if you push in the bottom and then push in the top, you can make a little heart, or you can cut it up and make a little flower. These again also make great seed starters. If you push in the bottom, put the dirt in here on the top, and then let the seed grow a little bit, and then you can plant it in whatever pot or planter that you have at home. So great seed starter and a stamp. Today we're going to be making a wall art flower. This one is really, really simple. All you do is flatten your toilet paper tube and basically cut little strips out of your toilet paper tube. So you can make as many as you'd like, as long as you have a ton of toilet paper tubes. But you really only need one to make one flower. But if you want to basically make an entire wall full of flowers, you're just going to need a few of them. So now you can see I have the petals for my flower. And you're basically just going to put all the petals together to make your flower and glue them together. So again, you can use Elmer's glue, or I'm going to use a hot glue gun so I can show you so it doesn't take forever to dry. But as long as you're patient, you can use Elmer's glue, tacky glue, whatever you have at home. You could honestly use tape if you don't have glue. You can use pretty much whatever you have on hand. So we're just going to continue to add in the petals here. And this is, again, a super easy craft. All you need are two things: toilet paper rolls and glue. And if you want to decorate it, if you want to paint them, or if you want to use the markers work on toilet paper rolls. And you can pretty much use any type of marker as well. So we made a flower. So this is just one toilet paper roll. So what you can do is you can take a bunch of toilet paper rolls together. You can throw in some pom-pom balls if you want to throw a pom-pom ball in the center. If you want to paint them or color them with markers, that works too. What I would do though is I would color it while it's still a tube. That's a little easier, and then when you cut it, they'll all be colored. Whatever color you want. If you want to make a purple, pink, if you want to make blue flowers, orange flowers, whatever you'd like. So I'm going to cut up one more, and then I will show you how to attach the flowers together. And honestly, you can make pretty much whatever design you would like. Again, you could make a bunch of hearts and put them together. You could make a bunch of spirals and put them together, or circles too. That works as well. If you have toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls, a lot of words together, you can make varying sizes, so you can make different size ones. Or if you have some leftover tubes from wrapping paper, that works as well. So I'm going to put this flower together, and I'll show you how you can attach the two flowers together. So we'll put the petals together, So again, this is a super easy craft. All you need is glue and paper towel rolls, or toilet paper rolls, or wrapping paper rolls. Pretty much anything works for this craft. So almost done putting this flower together. Just need to connect it. There we go. So we have another flower. So pretty much a toilet paper roll. It's going to make one flower for you. If you want less petals, then you could probably make two. But you can either use ribbon and hang these up if you'd like, or if you're going to make a wall decoration, you can just glue them together and then just keep going. So you could glue one up here, you can glue one on the side and on the bottom, and then just make it as large as you'd like. It makes a really cool wall decoration, and nobody can tell that they're toilet paper rolls, especially if you paint them or use markers. You can't tell that they're toilet paper rolls. So it makes a really cool wall decoration. So you can glue them like this, and then you can keep going and make a huge wall decoration. And then you can hang it up when you're done. Especially because they're so lightweight. Even if you made a ton of them, you could still probably hang them with some string or ribbon. So there is your upcycling for toilet paper rolls. They make really cool wall decorations. So you can make a bunch of flowers or hearts or whatever you would like, whatever design you would like. If you cut them in little spirals, you could do that. So you just cut the toilet paper roll in a spiral and you can lay them out like that. So whatever design you would like, be creative, whatever you would like to do, I'm sure it will come out amazing. So our wall decoration is done. So we've done 3 crafts today. We did our wind spiral, which I can show you again. So we have our wind spiral. We have our flower made out of the bottom of our water bottle. And then we also made some wall art with toilet paper rolls and glue. That was it. So thank you for joining me today. And again, I'm going to post some different ideas for the upcycling crafts. So you can try out whatever you'd like. But again, you can make so many different things out of the recycled materials. So have fun with it. Be creative. And a lot of these things you can probably find in your recycling bin at home. So thank you for joining me for Craft Hour. Please comment below with ideas, so things you would like to see on the next Craft Hour video. Photos of your finished craft. I'd love to see all the creativity from you guys. And then also post why you think upcycling is important. So why do you think it's important to reuse these things instead of throwing them away? So please comment below with all of those ideas and pictures and comments. And I hope to see you next time on Craft Hour. Bye everybody!